of the Free Vietnam, formerly the Republic of South Vietnam. This flag represents the peaceful opportunity, the everlasting success, and the imposing victory of Vietnamese people. It symbolizes true democracy, freedom, human rights, bravery, peace, prosperity, and unity during the course of building and protecting the country of Vietnam by our ancestors. This flag is a state property of the non-communist Vietnamese people. Wherever there is a presence of national flag of Free Vietnam, there will be love, democracy, freedom, and human rights for Vietnamese people. A great majority of the Vietnamese anti-communist organizations recognize the national flag of Free Vietnam and consider this flag to be the soul of the unity and the circle of a just cause. The national flag of Free Vietnam continues to be the official emblem of a Free Vietnam for the freedom-loving Vietnamese people in Vietnam and abroad. As a freedom, democracy, human rights-loving Vietnamese, we should always preserve the national flag of Free Vietnam. Together, we united under this flag to fight for freedom, democracy, human rights, welfare, and well-closer conditions, happiness, peace, and prosperity of Vietnamese people in Vietnam. Lord, we ask you to continue to bless on the officials of the government of the city of Philadelphia, of the state of Pennsylvania, and of the United States of America, and the United States and state senator, and the United States and state congressmen and congresswomen who have adopted and signed resolution to recognize the Vietnamese heritage and freedom flag as the official flag of the non-communist Vietnamese living in the United States of America, especially those who live in the city of Philadelphia. May God bless the United States of America always.
And now at this time, I would like to invite the chairman of the Vietnamese community, American community of USA, Mr. Quang Hồng Mạc, who say the welcoming remarks.
Honored guests, Vietnam Allied veteran, Vietnamese veteran, and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, as the chairman of the Vietnamese American Community of USA, we would like to express our appreciation to all the citizens of Philadelphia, as well as those across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania who welcomed us when we left Vietnam. It is in the U.S. that we saw the freedom that we could not achieve in Vietnam. Moreover, we were grateful to the hospitality of those who assisted us in starting our new life here in America. With your counsel and support, and those like you, we have tried to do the best that we can to invest in our next generation by working hard, paying tax, and sending our children to amazing schools that Philadelphia provides. As you, our children are growing up in the Philadelphia, study in a public school, and many have been successful in achieving a wonderful education. In addition, those who are now adults have been able to obtain well-being jobs and have sought to join American workforce to pay back the city of Philadelphia and its citizens who assisted them and their family since they arrived in this city. We would like to send our heartfelt thanks to all Vietnam Allied vets and all men and women who had served in Vietnam to protect our democracy during the Vietnam War and still stand by side with us since we came to this lovely state. We would like to reinstate that those Vietnamese that now live in Philadelphia, as well as all over the nation, share one common goal: to live in the land that promotes freedom, justice, and democracy for all. As you know, all of Vietnamese who are currently reside in USA had to flee our country because of the atrocity committed by the communist regime. In fact, not too long ago, thousands of people across the nation come together in Washington, D.C. to pay tribute the victims of communist regime. These victims sacrificed their family and their life to bring freedom and democracy to Vietnam. Given this history, we are urging the Council of the City of Philadelphia and the Mayor of Philadelphia put pressure on representatives of the Vietnamese communist regime to promote and ensure basic human rights and freedom of religion in Vietnam. With your power and influence and enforcement for the citizens of Philadelphia, we hope that you encourage the communist regime in Hanoi to stop human rights abuses, especially those involved in the human trafficking of young, mostly teenager girls. Please do not let the communist regime in Vietnam mislead you and the citizens of Philadelphia into believing that they have reformed. Today, this is the second annual celebration to raise the Vietnamese heritage and freedom flag in city Philadelphia. We are the Vietnamese American citizens who are living in tri-state area, including Camden, Delaware, and Philadelphia County, would like to thank you on councilwoman, councilman, and especially Honorable David O., councilman at large, who sponsored the resolution and signed on April 12, 2012 by Honorable Darrell L. Clarke, President of City Council. Finally, thank you very much for your continued support the Vietnamese American community of USA in the year to come. God bless America and God bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mack. And at this time, it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker today, the Honorable David O., City Councilman at Large.
Thank you very much. Thank you for attending. At this flag raising ceremony, I'd like to say just a little bit about the flag that we are raising, the flag that is flying here above City Hall. The Vietnamese Heritage and Freedom Flag was originally established by Emperor Giao Long as a yellow flag in 1802 and lasted until 1820. In 1890, the flag was designed as it is with 3 red stripes by Emperor Thuong, and it was considered and is considered the first national flag of Vietnam, embodying the desires of freedom of not only the emperor, the nobility, but also the people. In 1948, the flag was revived by Emperor Bao Thai, and then in 1949 to 1955, the flag was the State of Vietnam flag in the French-controlled areas of both North and South Vietnam. And then it was the flag of the Republic of Vietnam from 1955 to April 30th, 1975. The flag now flies here in Philadelphia. So that flag has had a long life, has represented the Vietnamese heritage and freedom, not only in Vietnam, but in 7 other countries, 85 cities across the world. It is fitting that this flag fly here in Philadelphia, the birthplace of democracy, the cradle of liberty, for this truly is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And so you are welcome to be here, and we thank you for what you add to the blood and soul of America, which with every new generation of immigrants, every new generation of persons that come to our country who have experienced themselves the loss of freedom and suffering the price of death, we renew in our country the desire to esteem freedom and democracy both here and abroad. For that reason, we have seen Americans throughout the founding of our nation fight in wars not of this country, give their lives overseas for the cause of freedom, that others, many of whom are the forefathers of Americans here, that their countries may be free and have self-determination. I thank all of you for being here. We very much recognize this occasion, and because of it, this flag flies here by authorization of our city government, reflecting the values of all Philadelphians for the Vietnamese Americans who live with us and by us. And so we have prepared a resolution. I'll ask City Councilman Mark Squilla and Election Commissioner Al Schmidt to join me in reading this citation as we present it to Colonel Thuong, Chairman of this association. Recognizing April 30th as Vietnamese Heritage and Freedom Flag Day as a symbol of contributions of the Vietnamese American community in the city of Philadelphia. Whereas April 30th, 2013 marks the 38th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War and the start of the eventual exodus of several million Vietnamese out of Vietnam after South Vietnam's capital of Saigon fell to the communists on April 30, 1975. And whereas throughout America, 13 states, 7 counties, and 85 cities have adopted resolutions recognizing the yellow and 3 red striped Vietnamese heritage and freedom flag as the official flag of the Vietnamese American community. And whereas the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on April 7th, 2008 officially recognized the Vietnamese heritage and freedom flag as the official flag of the Vietnamese American community throughout the Commonwealth. And
whereas the City of Philadelphia on January 29, 2004 officially recognized the Vietnam Heritage and Freedom Flag as the official flag of the Vietnamese American community throughout the city. And whereas there are a significant number of Vietnamese Americans who have chosen to make Philadelphia and Commonwealth, Pennsylvania their home. Whereas flying the Vietnamese Heritage and Freedom Flag in Philadelphia is part of the healing process for our citizens whose families left their homeland of South Vietnam. And whereas
this city's Vietnamese American community has made substantial contributions to the cultural, religious, political, and business life of Philadelphia, and whereas the Council of the City of Philadelphia authorizes the Vietnamese Heritage and Freedom Flag to be raised and flown at full mast at City Hall on April 30th, starting at 9 a.m. and taken down at 5 p.m. in recognition of the contributions to the cultural, political, religious, and business life of Philadelphia. Now, therefore, be it
resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia recognizes April 30th as Vietnamese Heritage and Freedom Flag Day as a symbol of contributions of the Vietnamese American community in the City of Philadelphia. Further resolved that an engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to the Vietnamese American community of the City of Philadelphia for further evidencing the sincere admiration and respect of this legislative body.